Now we're going to talk about the actual swing path itself, okay? We talked about the lower body in relationship to the hands. Now we're up here in this approach, okay? A lot of times we get questions, what should we do with the bat? What angle should we have and what should our hitters show us when they set up? One thing you got to keep in mind, all right, is the flatter the bat angle, more consistent you're going to be, less pop, okay? Higher here, more power, less consistency, all right? And the reason is we create different type of bat lag when we're going straight up and down versus here we can actually get to that zone a little bit longer and stay through that baseball, okay? So what we try and emphasize as a good starting point with our hitters is getting at that 45-degree angle kind of in the middle, all right? Now, that being said, there's two different schools of thought with hitting. We have rotational hitters and we have linear hitters, all right? In my experience, the rotational hitters are going to be the smaller, more contact guys, where the linear hitters are going to be the bigger guys that have a little bit more power. To me, the difference in both approaches is going to be the hands, all right? What do we do with the hands? What path do we take with the hands? If I'm a rotational hitter, I'm going to load. I'm actually going to kind of drop that barrel a little bit more, and I'm going to stay around and through the ball longer, okay? The benefit, when you talk to a lot of older hitters that understand what the difference in theory is that with this, they could actually line that ball up longer. There's more room for air, and they have actually more time, even though we're talking milliseconds, to get to that ball and be able to drive through that baseball. With the linear approach, he's going to load, and it's more of a knob down, elbow, gets to there, and drives through, okay? The negative there is that, you know what, we're not in that zone long, okay? There's a big margin for error when we really have to time it up perfectly. But when talking with the older hitters, they feel like they can get more pop and generate more backspin on that baseball if they can get to that pendulum-like approach and drive through the ball. With the rotational approach, guys kind of feel it's more of a line drive slap style type versus actually being able to drive that ball deep into the outfield. One debate amongst hitting coaches a lot is what comes first, the hips or the hands. A lot of that determines what type of hitter you are. One of the things that we try and emphasize as hitting coaches is that regardless of what type of hitter you are, that backside has to be involved. And we're going to get into some drill work that emphasizes backside usage in the hitter. But the backside has to be involved if you want to be an effective hitter who has fast hands and a hitter who's able to drive with that backside. One of the things you could look for with your hitters is the backside. I've always noticed if you watch young hitters who have long, slow swings, that backside is either non-existent or it's slow. And we got to make sure that we're driving that backside knee, we're driving that backside foot forward. I'm going to ask Mike to kind of show us in slow motion how it works. We're going to load, backside, swing, finish. All right? So in slow motion, you're going to see how we get 1, he's getting a load, 2, using the backside, 3 is the swing.